Okay, we're going to go over the cool downs today. And so for the first one, it's from lesson 9, and you can look at your graded paper as I'm going through this. But it says to find the area of the shaded region, explain or show your reasoning. So I've got 1/4 and 5. So I know when I find the area, I multiply the length times the width, or I can multiply the width times the length. So I've got 5 times 1/4. And so we've been practicing with these, and we know that we multiply 5 times 1, and so that gives us 5/4, because we don't multiply the denominator. And you know, we can change any whole number into a fraction by putting a 1 underneath it, and we multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. So that's another way you can think of this as being 5/4. Now I could have also counted these. Since these are 4th size pieces, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So that makes 1 whole, and then I've got 1/4 left over. So 5/4 is the same as 1 1/4. And then when I'm counting these, you know, I've got the 4 here, and then I've got this extra 1/4. So I can either name that as 5/4 or 1 1/4. So now on lesson 10, we had a similar problem. And so for it says write a multiplication expression to represent the area of the shaded region. So now I've got 3/4. You know, I can see that there's 3 out of the 4 pieces shaded, and we've also got a length of 5 again. So it would be 5 times 3/4. So if I multiply the 5 times the 3, I end up with 15/4. And that's what number 2, they're asking us to find the area of the shaded region. So we wrote our expression here, and then I just went ahead and found the area. So 15/4, you know, if I wanted to use the picture to do that, I could count, and I do have 15 of these 1/4 pieces. Now I could take, you know, one from here to fill this one in. If I took this one, that would fill in this one. And then now I've got 3 completely filled in. And then I've got 3/4 left over. So 3 3/4. You know, you could also think about how many fourths I can make with 15, and I can make 3 of those, because 3 times 4 is 12. And then if I do 15 minus 12, I have 3/4 left over. So the area would be 3 3/4 square units. Alright, and then on lesson 11, we have another figure, but this time they didn't give us the side lengths. But I can write these in a couple of different ways. So I've got 1, 2, 3 here, and then 2/3. So 3 2/3 would be my length. And then I've got 1, 2, 3 here. So I've got 3 2/3 times 3. So my multiplication expression would be 3 2/3 and then times 3. You know, or I could have counted these individually. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And so 11/3 would be another way to write 3 2/3. So I also could have written this as 11/3 times 3. Now when I work this out, I have to make sure that if I use this first one, that I multiply the 3 times the whole number and the 3 times the fraction. So a way that I could write that would be 3 times 2/3, and then plus 3 times 3. And I could get that from the picture too, because if I have these 3 here and then 3 here, I would be multiplying 3 times 3. And then here, I'm multiplying 3 times the 2/3. So when I work this out, 3 times 2/3 gives me 6/3, plus 3 times 3, which gives me 9. And then 6/3 would be the same thing as 2. So 2 plus 9 is going to give me 11 here. And that also, you know, the picture, there's 9 here, but then if I put, you know, this one right here to make a full one, and then this one right here makes a full one, that's how we end up with the 11. Or if I worked out this one, I would get 33/3, which is the same as 11. All right, we're gonna wait and do the next two on the next video. But just check over your cool downs and then you'll answer the question on the Google form.